Hello, this is Mona Kareem. I am the author of 4 poetry collections and 3 translations. In English, you can find my poems in Sarah Al-Kamil's translation, which came out in this book titled I Will Not Fold These Maps. I am also an assistant professor of Arabic and comparative literature. This year, I'm really excited to be the poetry judge for the Queen Mary Wasafiri New Writing Prize. And I want to begin by commending Wasafiri for not eliminating translations from this prize or actually including it. Usually in awards, prizes in creative writing tend to be very monolingual and treat translations as a parallel activity rather than essential to literature. So I'm excited to be reading poems in English and translated into English for this year's prize. So I was asked to give a sense of what is it I'm looking for in submissions. It's really hard for me to say that because I love poetry that surprises me, poetry that I do not know yet, basically, right? Instead, I will tell you a bit about my taste in poetry, right? I can tell you, for example, that I am attracted to poems that mix everyday and literary dictions, right? And what else I can say? Poems that utilize what I can call translationness, right? That unsettles the monolingualism of language and thus reveals histories, reveals experiences, reveals stories. I also enjoy poems that are attentive to literary ancestors, right? That listen in and speak to the dead, and poems that take into consideration the speciality of the text, right? That, for example, repurpose punctuation, void, traffic, and visuality. I enjoy poems that crisscross between the personal and the political, and maybe most importantly, that betray formalism. I always describe formalism as an insider's joke, at least in the case of American poetry, and poems that contaminate English. So, if any of this resonates with you, I encourage you to submit to this prize. If you feel like your poems can surprise me and do not fit in this criteria, we welcome them as well. Do not forget to submit by the official deadline, which is June 30th.